Hello, 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 hello. And how are you? Welcome to Chatting with Tracy, and I am Tracy here to talk to you today about a subject that I think will be very instrumental in helping us in our community to get things back in order in our families, in our communities, our family structure. And that topic today is the dumb divide, family division. I do consider it a dumb division. But altogether the same, it exists. We have a lot of family division, and there has been family division since the beginning of time. As I was looking into this matter, this subject, I was really reminded about how there was divide even in the Bible, in families. You had King David and his son Absalom, and Absalom actually was so full of anger in that situation of family divide that he not only was angry with his father, King David, but he brought along the entire nation with him. He pulled in, he got him some people to go with him and to be angry with his father, at his father with them. He wanted that much family divide. And I've seen that even in my own family, people use all type of vices to create family divide. Uh, so it happens. So I want to unpack that thing, peel that onion, get all that stink out. Let's deal with it. And here we go. So what I found is that, there are many different causes of family divide. And in those causes, I found that there's money divide. I mean, family division based on money. You got people who actually uh, they divide in their families over money issues and things of that nature. I guess I can only imagine that it can happen due to unpaid debts where you borrow money from your family members and don't pay them back, or situations where um, I think the borrowing will probably be the major, or you're not paying or pulling your weight, you're not paying your fair share. I can see how that could be a problem with money in a family. Sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry to me is a just because type issue, because you don't have to fight as siblings. I know some siblings that are extremely close, and I really kind of look at their relationship, and I'm like, wow, you guys don't know how blessed you are to have the togetherness that you have, Um, and I just find it to be beautiful. And I also came across information that showed that child discipline in the family can create divide. I can see where sometimes I have heard where the mother did not want the father to discipline the children because the father hit too hard, or his method of discipline was too harsh, or what have you. And then I've seen where one parent may say, "You too lenient. You letting them get away with murder. You letting the children get away with murder." Now, what I have found is, uh, I touched on this subject the other day. If there are accusations of child abuse or molestation in the family, that could create great uh, divide in the family, because the people they still in that hush hush thing, if you ask me. They don't want you to say nothing about it, not for real. They would, especially if they think that you're attacking their branch of the family. If you say something, and it could possibly mean that their branch of the family has exposed the child to something that you were not ready for the child to be exposed to, then they'll twist that thing around and be like, you the bad guy because you said something about it. Then they have the in-laws and extended family. Your in-laws, there's conflict with your family and your in-laws. They want things one way, and your family wants it another way. I have seen divide when they were planning the wedding, and the mother of the bride wanted it one way, and the mother of the husband wanted it another way, and the mother of the husband wanted the son to move to be closer to her, so she could have a relationship with her grandchildren, and the mother of the wife didn't want that. She wanted them to stay close to her so she could have a relationship, a convenient relationship with the grandchildren. So you got that extended family in-law thing that goes on. By the way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Chatting with Tracy. Now let's deal with this: drug addictions. Drug addiction caused divide, and it caused divide in a few different ways because the very fabric of the family is being extremely challenged. I recall a time when I had an opportunity to see that motherly love defend the child who was addicted to drugs to the point whereas, she would fight. You better not say nothing about nothing when it came to that baby because she loved her child, and regardless of whether or not there was a drug addiction there, she wanted to keep that child close to her and nurture her because she didn't want the streets to have her totally. And I understand that now as a parent. I understand that like a whole lot better as an adult parent than I did when I was a little younger. And now that I'm a parent, I really, really understand it. Alcoholism can bring about a lot of division in the family too, because with the alcohol and drugs alike, you're in a different state of mind. You might do things, say things, create problems while you're in your substance abuse time when you're using the drugs or the alcohol is in your system. You do things with poor judgment, such as car accidents, to the point where you might hurt yourself, hurt someone else, or tear somebody else's property up, create more liabilities for the family as a whole. Step parent, stepchild conflict, blending of families. Sometimes you'll find that that step parent will come in and not necessarily agree with maybe the leniency of the parent that has been there already, or just want to change things altogether because they just want to change things altogether. So be very, very careful when you bring other people into your household. If you're a single parent and you bring someone else into the household, it really is an art to that thing, and don't take it lightly because everybody don't get along when they live together. Different people have different ways of living, and it may not gel, may not mesh well together. Divorced parents, the great divide, the dumb divide, because in the end that divide causes problems not just for the mother or the father who are divorcing one another, but it also affects the child, and sometimes you'll have the children who will play two ends against the middle, I'm pit my dad against my mom so I can get what I want in the middle. Both the mom and the dad want to be the favored parent, so they give the child everything that he wanted. They coddle the child, and at the end of the day, you got a child who might be a little spoiled, have to be deprogrammed and understand that life ain't like that. Liars in the family. The liar in your family. Awful. Brings about a lot of division. They lie about all types of things, and it don't make no sense, but they do it, and it's real. I witnessed it for myself. They will lie, and they will have you puzzled, asking yourself, now why in the world would they lie about that? That don't make no sense. But they lie. They lie for their own. I think it's like the King David and Absalom story, where you just want to take some people with you. So you want to create this appearance or this facade that the person is so bad. They did me wrong. They did me wrong song. Like that. But yeah, they'll lie. Man, they will lie. They will lie on you. And stealing, whether it be family heirlooms, family property, money, jewelry. They steal things. Sometimes you have family members, unfortunately, who will be stealing things, and you find out, and of course, they're not going to say they took it, but it does bring about great division because you can't trust them no more. So it brings a little bit of division in there. You might be able to tolerate them being around, but you would probably not want them to have that closeness of coming to your home anymore because they will steal. Property division. In marriages, the property division causes problems, and when they're going through divorce, it causes major problems. But not just in marriages. Let's deal with this. What about when there's no will? Like I experienced it in my family where there was no will, and my grandmother, I was named after her. I spent a lot of time with her. We dressed alike, and all of that. Went to church together. She was the mother of the Usher board, and I was in the choir. And I never forget how she'd be like, "My baby gonna sing an A and B selection," and there was just a great closeness there that I know is unique for me and my family, because I know everybody wasn't there, but there was a very, very good closeness between her and I. So unfortunately, she didn't leave like a written will, but it was known in the family that she wanted things to go to me. And I was penalized for, I have been being penalized for a long time. I've seen the things that she had designated to be left to me totally destroyed, just destroyed. From China to, I remember this Longines watch, and that was the only thing I had of hers, and even that was stolen from me as a little girl. But they will steal, and that does create a divide in family if you're willing to steal from family. And I also know that if you don't leave a will in your family, you create a scenario where your children they will probably be at odds with one another because one person think they are deserving, another person think they may deserve it. You might have a scenario like mine where none of the siblings were left the house. I was left the house, and I was a grandchild. So it might skip a generation and go to the next, and it's unfair that the person who's receiving it has to get all that slack, like from the other persons, because you don't choose to be favored enough to receive these things, but all together the same you are, and you appreciate the love and to know that they thought about you enough to want to leave something to you. Then I realized that sometimes it's just plain old jealousy, and I hate using that term because for me, you have to rationalize why jealousy. And with that, jealousy, it's a decision that you make, that you're going to be jealous of somebody, because many times it's over something. You formed an opinion about a person because of pretty much nothing. If it's not how they look, how they maneuver, or the possessions that they have, and all of that stuff is foolishness. Because you have a whole soul, a whole heart of a person, and you jealous over what? Because anything that a human being can accomplish or acquire, another human being is capable of accomplishing or acquiring that thing. Just do the same thing, whether it be education, hustle, whatever it is. Mimic the behavior and get it for yourself. You ain't got to be jealous of nobody. So that's a foolish conflict, but you do have conflict and division in family due to just plain old jealousy. I just don't like her. It's foolishness. Stop it. I don't like him. He think he all that. Go somewhere and sit down. It's unnecessary. You're dividing your family, and it's stupid. But also, sometimes regardless of how much you love your family, there will be nothing you can do about it. There will just be divide. So how do you deal with that? Well, sometimes you have to decide to be the bigger person and not contribute to that foolishness. Just don't go off into going into negative dialogue with them. Don't go talking, cussing and hollering with them. If that's the route that they take, cussing, hollering, and talking crazy and lying, let them do it by themselves. You stay high and let them go low by themselves. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. You can't buy them. You can't give them your money. You can't support them into loving you. You can't support their dreams, aspirations, concerns, and think that they're going to love you then. They ain't going to love you still. They ain't going to like you. They ain't going to favor you still. So the moment a person shows you that they don't want to be bothered with you, even if it's family, I think that you need to love them from a distance. Don't make yourself vulnerable to them after they've shown you that they can hurt you. So how do we deal with this thing? Well, there are a few other different ways we could deal with it. Sometimes you need professional help, and it's okay. Get the professional help if you need the professional help. I've had therapy, and it has helped me. I'm an advocate for therapy. Go get therapy. Go get help. You help some people, get some people who professionally trained to help you unpack, sort, and deal with this stuff. Because this stuff be real. We be carrying a whole lot of baggage, and we wonder why we can't engage in positive relationships because you holding all this stuff. Let it go. And sometimes you might need therapy for that. So I've taken a liberty to look up some resources to try to help you to get just that. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel, Chatting with Tracy. I'm hoping to have more content that I can share with you so we can get our community together and make things better for our families. What I have is www.psychologytoday.com. That's psychologytoday.com. www.psychologytoday.com. And then here in the Illinois area, we have www.dhs.state.il.us. Again, that's www.dhs.state.il.us. And then we have www.family/institute.org. www.family/institute.org. And www.counselingforall.org. There are a lot of resources available. www.counselingforall.org. That's counseling, the word for FORALL.org. And then www.optimumjoy.com. Right here in the Chicagoland area, it's a local psychologist that can help in getting you some therapy. You know, by all means, do get some therapy. Don't forget about prayer. That was our first form of therapy and encouragement, the Bible. So if that's your liking, I would advise you to move in that direction. If you'd rather have counseling through a therapist or a psychologist, you can go to those resources that I just named off to you. And thanks again for coming to hang out with me at Chatting with Tracy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. And I look forward to hanging out with you again next time.